Okay, so this is just an example of one way of watercoloring, which is you do your drawing and then you can go ahead and outline it in Sharpie or with any kind of like an artist pen. I use these Micron pens. And what that'll do is that'll give the drawing some definition. Here's our steps. Water on paper, blend like colors and let it bleed. Thank you. So, so here we go. So the first thing I'm gonna do is remove my hipster scrunchie from my wrist, okay? Is I'm actually going to paint nothing at all, okay? So I'm gonna just put down some paint, and I mean, there's no guarantee that the ink won't bleed a little bit. For the most part, it looks fine everywhere that I painted, okay? And the trick to, we're gonna use these nice liquid watercolors here. Just shout out if you guys have some examples. What are some examples of warm colors? Red. Orange. Yellow. Okay. So, good. What are some examples of cool colors? Not black, but blue, green, purple. Okay, see? You guys are art professionals already. So actually, before I come over here and paint this one in, I'm going to paint these guys right here, and I'm going to use all warm colors. So, what you can, warm colors, yeah, that's what happens when you put the water down beforehand, is you get these just amazing results, and you can even kind of come back in like this and drip it around. Now, I like to not blend it too much, because if I kind of leave it like this, maybe I'll just blend this top one just to kind of show you what'll happen if you blend it. But you see like this part that's happening right here, this little drizzle, I love the way that looks, and I don't want to blend it too much. If I do in some parts want kind of more of a design, can kind of come through here like this. And I'm just using the big brush for this, but there's no reason you can't use some of the smaller brushes to maybe, you know, maybe I just want to like have a little more control and just do like a little, I don't know, just add some darker parts. And so this is like, we're kind of entry level in watercolor and paint mixing right now. But I mean, how long did this take me to make? 30 seconds, you know, like seconds, right? A couple of minutes, 3 minutes. And it looks kind of incredible. So the trick to that is the water and the keeping in a similar color scheme. So using warm colors or cool colors, okay? So let's do, on this one, let's do cool colors. Which one should I start with first? Blue. All right. Well, turquoise blue or regular blue?
Turquoise.
I can't actually tell which one's which. I think it's that's green. Wait, that's turquoise. Okay. So this time I'm gonna actually spread it out a little bit more, just to show you a little bit different technique. So I'm gonna just go through the whole thing like that, okay? So now the whole thing is kind of like this blue wash, right? And so now, gosh, if I come in here, and I start adding like the regular blue like this, and like, see, watch, it's just gonna bleed on down through. And I can even load my brush up with some more water, and it'll just bleed on down. And then I'm gonna add purple. I'm gonna add a little more purple up at the top. And maybe on this one, just for fun, I'm going to actually pick it up. Okay. And kind of, that's an art classroom, and let's be honest, those ceramics kids are kind of killing our tables, you know what I'm saying? So now I have that. I could do it on the other side. I could get, you know, pretty playful with it. I could still come back, and I could I could leave it. Let's try two different ways. Let's leave it and kind of add. We didn't add any green, so let's leave it and add some green, just with this brush. Okay, and then let's do another one where I actually add some water, and then I'm gonna come back to the blue-green and add that on top of it. And the water itself is just gonna kind of make it blossom like that, okay? So those are some different techniques here for making a background. You can see how the green actually really stands out. So sometimes it's better to just limit yourself, like, you definitely want 2 colors. But limit yourself, be like, I'm gonna do blue, turquoise blue, and green. Or then that would be oceany. Or I'm gonna do purple, blue, and turquoise blue. So limit yourself when it comes to that color scheme. So here's another technique which I'll show you, but sometimes it can go kind of south. So I call it background careful, okay? So let's go with a blue color scheme. Oop. And put my water down first. And it's my water's like kind of getting to that point where I definitely need to get fresh water. All right, so I put the blue down. I'm actually kind of loving the way that looks right now. Okay, and we'll do a little purple in there. Actually, I'm gonna mix it a little because I love blue purple. And then I'm gonna add some water just to get some bleeds. Here we go. Maybe I'll go the other direction. Okay, now here it's like kind of tricksy, and I'll try the most challenging one just in case it goes wrong, and then I can be like, ah, see, it went wrong. So you can add in a little bit of the opposite color, but it sometimes turns to brown. So you have to be like very careful. So I just can do it on top and then I just leave it. Don't blend it. Because otherwise that yellow will turn to brown. So that's why I call it background careful. And just to sauce it up a little, I'm just gonna add a little pink right to the middle. I need more water on that though. Just to see if I can pull it off. And I'm almost making it brown. Tell me to leave it alone, you guys. Tell me just leave it be. Leave it be, Miss Anderson. Leave it be, stop it. Alrighty, okay, so background, I overdid it, oh well. So now with this one, I already added a little bit of water to it. So now it's kind of starting to dry. So if I wanted to use the fact that it was kind of starting to dry to come on in and, so I'm actually, ooh, I got some colors mixing in here. So I could come in here and now I've got this like nice blue-green. But actually what I'm gonna do is, I like this idea of maybe the lungs kind of like exploding out. So I'm gonna mix a little more blue-green. What's so funny about the word exploding? Is that a funny word? Okay. So, and I'm just gonna keep kind of like doing this so that the paint, I'm just using these 2 colors. I'm going with blue and green, right? And I'm just kind of keeping like, letting it kind of bleed out a little bit here, right? And adding to that center, and going with the darker color in the center. And I already have that stuff underneath, and just kind of tracing it out a little bit like this. And then maybe adding a little bit of the green on top. Oh, that's like the regular green, I see. Okay, and so now the thing is because there's parts of that, a lot of that parts of that I've already traced, I'm not gonna miss my drawing. You know what I mean? So I don't care how bleedy this is and how bleedy it looks, because my drawing's like there, right? So here, I've got a little bit of blue mixing up right here. So now, right, see how the definition of where I drew on it is really, really helping. And there's just a little too much water right there. So I'm just gonna pick that up a little bit with a paper towel. But the definition of what I drew on it is really, really helping like define it as like a flower or a shape. Yes? Yeah? Okay, so what are we thinking after showing you guys this? Is this something you feel like you can do?
Yeah.
For sure. Sure. Okay. You'll see. You're gonna love it. All right. Let's go try it.